Hi, everybody. I'm Laurie Cadden, and this is Talk of the Town. We are in our own little corner, in our own little chair. We can be whatever we want to be. Did you like that? Cinderella. And we're here because we have to be theatrical, right? So we are here in Broadway Theater's executive director's office in the corner, stashed in the corner, with two of my favorite people in town, Mr. Frank Blasi, or Attorney Frank Blasi, who is the executive director of the Broadway Theater League of NEPA, right, or as we say, BTL, and the lovely and talented Dr. Catherine Richmond Cullen, who directs our education program here at Broadway Theater. And when I say things are happening with education. We, which I'm going to let Frank talk about first. Frank, with the mission of Broadway Theater League, Catherine's here about 2 years now. I say here because I am too, as a development development director with Broadway Theater through my business, and so we're all working beautifully together. But Frank, you've been the executive director since 2014, 15, 14? 14, okay, 15. And so part of the mission and part of what the board and everyone else needs us to do is to educate and have education around what Broadway Theater does, the plays and everything else. So could you just give a little bit of information about why that's important to our board of directors and to the mission of Broadway Theater?
Certainly. Obviously, the main thing when you think of Broadway Theater League is that we bring in national touring Broadway shows, first-class shows that play throughout the country, and we're very, very lucky to have them coming into Scranton. But part of our mission statement, and always has been education of the public, because we feel that the more that we can educate the folks from cradle to the grave about what Broadway is, what goes into the arts that would enhance our community altogether, that education is like a very vital part of that program. So we've always had that as a major part of our mission statement at Broadway Theater League, and so as Laurie said, about 2 years ago, we were very, very fortunate to have Dr. Cullen here agree to become our education director. And basically the task was, Catherine, how do we educate the public best on Broadway and theater and arts? And she took the ball from there, and she's going to describe the program, so you're not going to believe the number of programs we have that indeed covers from cradle to grave for education.
Catherine, ta-da! So, Catherine, it's easy for you to come up with these things. We know that because that's what you've done. You've been an educator for how many years?
I'm 48 years now.
God, and you're 50 years old. It's unbelievable. So, but tell everybody when this whole thing came to fruition. For you to get all of the people you get to collaborate, because God knows you know all of the right artists in town, working for the IU through the Arts Alive program, and for years and years of that happening, the buildup of talent that has continued to come back and help you. When you put this all together, did you kind of have an idea, or once you said, hey, we want you, did you come up with it then?
Well, I sort of am very spontaneous with ideas. Yeah. So one leads to another, and the experience that I bring to the table, and thank you for that compliment, both of you, but it's true, like throughout the years, I've learned a lot, and the collaboration is so important. And the one thing that I'm most proud of is how Broadway is now fully collaborating with so many organizations, and has in the past, but is even more formalized at this point. Ballet theater, and our school districts, much more so than in the past. Head Start in Luzerne County and Lackawanna County, just to name a few. But I'm really excited about the opportunity to talk on your show, Laurie, for this purpose, to let people know what's out there and what they can actually get involved in free or for a minimal charge. Mm-hmm. So that's what I would like to do, is really invite your listeners and your viewers to really contact Broadway Theater. We'll certainly leave the contact information, but let us know you want to be part of this, and we'll begin to describe those programs.
Yeah, because it's important with this one in general, because I have the brochure, Catherine, Arts for Life. Right. And the partnership between the Area Agency on Aging,
That's
which has been tremendous from Lackawanna County.
Tremendous.
For us, I mean, there's everything here. The NEIU, Broadway Theatre, the Everhart Museum, the Jewish Home, the Scranton Area Foundation, Lackawanna County, and Pennsylvania Council on the Arts. These are all part of the collaborators that put this program on to help, as Frank said, cradle to grave, but the older population that want to be involved in the arts, want to have something to do, something creative. When that happened, that creativity in your brain of the, let's make this work, and then you spoke to Jason Kavulich and said, will you believe in our cause? Just give everyone a thumbnail sketch of what happens when you participate in Arts for Life that is actively going on right now.
Yes, it is. Jason Kavulich is a lover of older people and the arts, both. And he actually came to me and said, I would like to have a program for our older citizens. And so we put it together through Broadway. And this is what you can do if you are 60 and older. Right now, our program is being held at the United Neighborhood Center's Oppenheim Center in West Scranton. It's free to the public. You don't have to live in West Scranton. That just happens to be where it's located. And we are integrating the arts in our program. Although we're Broadway, we have a very well-known painter, Earl Lehman, an extremely well-known poet as well, Dawn Lees, working with our senior citizens on a project every week on Wednesdays. It's a wonderful opportunity. And if people want to be part of that, they could call Frank here at Broadway Theatre. Now, the people that are involved, the way Broadway gets involved is everyone gets a free ticket to various shows. So if they're participating in this Broadway project, where we're partnering with the all of the various organizations I mentioned, you also get to come to the show with a friend, so you're not alone, for free. The second part of that program is also happening right now for caregivers and care recipients. And Jason's true love is to help caregivers who are working all the time trying to help their loved ones. And so this particular program is on Fridays, and that is with two artists as well, Gina Rice and Dawn Lees again, who are both visual arts and writing. And we have people working with those artists, and they, again, will be part of the Broadway Theatre season by getting some free tickets.
Yeah, and I think that part, Catherine, tying it into Broadway, Frank, from the ticket sales, for us to be able to sell these tickets or be able to give them through the grants and the wonderful organizations, like I said, Scranton or the Area Agency on Aging, who's allowed this type of program to happen. Frank, let everybody know the importance, because it is our mission to sell tickets for people to see Broadway shows, that we are bringing wonderful shows that come here that are the same quality that if you were in New York City, touring shows. So from your standpoint, when Catherine talked to Jason talked to Catherine and brought it here, let's do this, how did it make sense for it to work then with Broadway Theatre?
It actually was a great match, I think, for us, because here's the idea. You have senior citizens and caregivers, many of whom's entire life is just spent in some degree of loneliness or separation. And by drawing them out to have educational classes in arts, whether it be visual arts or whether it be poetry, whatever it's going to be, it expands the horizon of these folks. And what would better expand their horizon, in our opinion at least, than to bring them to the Broadway Theatre League and see the shows that we have presented, see the music and the dancing and the happiness and the crowds of people, and it kind of brings them back into society, so to speak. And I thought that what better way to express our our particular purpose here at Broadway Theatre League of educating the public, then to do that for folks that maybe wouldn't be able to, first of all, they may not be able to afford it. Second of all, they may not have anybody to go to a theater with. They may not have anybody that would say, okay, let's go see a show. So, I mean, we go out knocking down the doors. You help us greatly, immensely, for various sources of funding so that we could afford to bring these people into the theater. And I really think, and Catherine could address this as well, the result has been wonderful. I mean, the folks that have been able to participate in these projects have just expressed such great joy about it that it makes it all worthwhile. At least for me, it does.
Yeah, and Catherine, touch on that because, I was also looking at the brochure, Act 48, which if you would tell everybody what that means. And we have so many things up here. Well, you had it up here. Now we're trying to make it all come to fruition. I don't know if we can mention any of the possibilities. If you can, please do, because this is the stuff that when you hire the right people and you work for an organization that requires this, which it has, and everything was able to be pulled together, you get these things to work. And again, like Frank said, when people come here or call us or see us, that what they're doing is so important, especially looking at these seniors who wouldn't, as Frank said, they may want to do it, they just don't want to go alone, or how can I afford it? So tell everybody a little bit about the Act 48 and what we also have planned, Kath.
Okay. Not only do we have senior programs, but we have programs for educators, and we're offering this year opportunities for teachers to receive Act 48 credit by coming to every one of the shows and a workshop with a professional New York-based artist before the show. So we do workshop, we do lunch, and then the show, and the Act 48 credits are awarded for the entire day. And then, as we said, we do it for the season. So any teacher that is interested in receiving Act 48 credit, we do a group ticket price for the show. The cost of lunch is very much reduced, and we pay the artists through grant money. So the teachers are basically getting a reduced ticket price and a very lovely lunch for a very inexpensive price. But that will be coming out this summer, our new season for that post-COVID. We're in person, we're live, and that information will be available to educators either by getting through to Broadway Theatre or the NEIU, because the NEIU is partners in this. The NEIU is granting the Act 48 hours for the project.
Can we talk a little bit without saying, and I'm trying to word it right, but what we are looking for funding for now, can we talk a little bit about what that might look like?
Well, right now, we did receive funding from the Willery Foundation and the Scranton Area Foundation and from Lackawanna County for a program for preschoolers called World Travelers. So we've incepted that program. It is a fabulous program for little people, ages 3 and 4, and they're learning the arts, dance, theater, visual arts, music, and a bit of poetry. And the children learn about the arts through a diversity curriculum, which is also about equity and inclusion. So Broadway Theatre is right on top of that which we should be doing with our youngsters, understanding we are all one. We have to grow up loving each other and caring for one another. And so we're trying to produce a movie based on our curriculum that is based on world travel. And we're gathering money right now for a film for children. And children's theater is alive and well in our region. There are some wonderful groups doing great things for children. But Broadway Theatre wants to be part of this from a local base. So we're going to hire actors and actresses who grew up here, who are now professionals, and make a great movie under the direction and help of Joanna Arduino from Ballet Theatre of Scranton. And we're excited about that. So we need the money for that. There are other things we were thinking about, intergenerational choir. I know Laurie loves this one.
I love it.
Where we would like to go around to several of the nursing homes in our region, get some people who love to sing and who haven't had a chance to sing in a while to be part of a choir with a professional artist teaching them, and then have youngsters learning the same songs and come together in a rehearsal, perhaps at one of our local venues, large local venues, singing, offering a choir event, a fun, happy, upbeat choir event with using Broadway tunes, of course, because Broadway will support that, Broadway Theatre. So we're looking for money for that.
And as you can tell, all of these things are not that easy. So the creative mind and working together, we're trying to make it happen. And Frank, from a standpoint of Broadway to the board and to everything that's being done here, let's talk just real quickly on the support that is given from the board standpoint to the creative end of things, and just how it's Catherine's ability to come up with these ideas have really they've blossomed and they've been well received.
Absolutely. Our board of directors, first of all, is probably one of the most generous and supportive board of directors in the entire area, and they really all love the arts. When Catherine came on board to do these educational programs, the board was hook, line, and sinker behind everything that we've asked them for any project that we've asked for, whether it's helping us raise money, whether it's just giving us support, helping us find people to be involved, and it's amazing. And one of the things that Catherine didn't mention, even in the past year when we had no ability to go into classrooms or do anything face-to-face, we did these programs remotely through Zoom classes, so we really didn't miss a beat. From the preschoolers to the high schoolers to the seniors, we still had programs going on during this period of time, and we really couldn't do that without the support of a great board of directors and without obviously the guidance from Catherine as well, because she is a go-getter. I mean, you don't tell Catherine no, so you have to go forward, and we do really well with those programs. We're very happy about it. So as Catherine indicated, if you have an aspiring artist that's in grade school or high school, we have the Broadway Conservatory. We can have them come in and they'll take classes from professional actors and actresses who will teach them all portions of Broadway, whether it's singing and dancing, writing, any portion of the Broadway experience. And the preschoolers are learning through the Head Start at this present time. The seniors are learning through Arts for Life. We're obviously really excited about all of these programming that we have set forth for education. And of course, without our board of directors, without Laurie, without Catherine, we would not be able to do all of these items. So, a big tip of the hat to them as well.
And Laurie, may I just thank NEIU and Bob McTiernan as well. Our executive director at the NEIU is also in full support of partnerships. And so much of what we do, we have the blessings of Bob McTiernan and also the superintendents of our region when we're bringing these programs from Broadway into our school districts. So I'd like to give a shout out to Bob as well.
Yeah, it's important. The arts, let's face it, the arts make the world go round. That's how I feel. That's I believe. And we have been fortunate enough to be bringing 62, what is it, 62nd year now?
Yes.
Of Broadway performances to Scranton and the surrounding area at the Scranton Cultural Center. And we will keep doing that, and we are grateful for everything that everyone who season ticket holders, people who buy tickets. I even know the guy behind the camera that loves Rain. It comes every single, shaking his head, his favorite, and Rain happens to be coming this year as well. So thank you, Catherine, for everything you do. You do a wonderful job.
Thank you,
Frank,
Laurie.
thank you for everything. And we'll continue to move on. Please look for this. Like Catherine said, you can go on to the NEIU. What is that? NEIU?
Well, it's AIENEPA.org.
Yeah, AIENEPA.org. Please go on there and check it out. Or here at the office, 570-342-7784, the Broadway Theatre League, and call and we can give you information about anything you might need. So thanks again, guys.
Thank you, Laura.
So
Thank you.
Keep the arts going, everybody. Thanks, everyone, for watching and listening. We'll see you soon. I'm Laurie Cadden, and this is Talk of the Town.